Hi, my name is Khandy. Thank you so much for coming back and watching another one of my videos. First, I'm going to say if this is your first time tuning into my channel, welcome and thank you so much. I'm going to have you go ahead and press that subscribe button, turn on your notifications because I upload videos every week on a form of adoption. The topic is different every week, but it is usually based around adoption. So this week we're going to talk about common mistakes we make when starting our adoption journey. This journey can just be overwhelming to say the least, right? And usually when you start, depending on your level of knowledge on adoption, you are just all over the place because you're getting information from Facebook groups, you're getting information from Google, you're getting information from word of mouth. You're just getting information from everywhere. So there will be mistakes made. So I'm just going to list a few common ones that some people make, and hopefully I will help some people that are brand new on their journey kind of avoid these. So the first one is going to be not doing your research and relying on word of mouth. So a lot of times in, let's say, Facebook groups, people will ask, what adoption agencies did you use? What adoption agencies did you use? And they'll usually ask for local agencies. So I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. Does anyone live here? Can you give me advice on this agency? That agency may have been good for Ashley and Jeff, but it's not going to be good for Khandy and Kenny. And that's for many reasons. So my advice to you is always do your research and branch out. So look at the national agencies. And you know what? Using an agency may not be your best fit. You might want to use a consultant. You might want to use a matching attorney. You might want to self-match. There's so many different options. But just relying on word of mouth, it's just not good. You have to do your own research because what people are going to tell you, they're going to tell you based off of their experience. And I had the worst experience with them. That might not be the case for you. So please, 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 please do your research. And I mean Google, YouTube, Yelp, wherever you can get, even on their own web pages, read the reviews. Okay, so do your own research. Second mistake, which I think is probably one of the biggest mistakes I think we do during this journey and just in life in general, comparing your journeys to others, especially the wait time. So I can kind of caveat off of the first one where if you take mine and Kenny's example with our first adoption, our wait was 52 days. I will say that to someone and they will sign up with our adoption agency. Now they've been there for a year and 8 months and they're just like, well, Khandy and Kenny waited only 52 days. Completely different experience. You know what I mean? You can't compare the two because we have a completely different family dynamic. I'm not sure what our daughter's mom was looking for that your potential child's mom is looking for. You understand what I mean? It's just different. So you cannot compare the two. Everybody's story and journey are going to be different. You cannot compare the two. And everyone's family is different. So if you read 3 adoption profiles, if you line them up, the 3 families can go to the same church, live in the same town. The profiles are going to be completely different because the families are completely different. So you have to compare apples to apples, and no family is going to be the same. So you can't compare it. So that would be my advice to you. First and foremost, do not compare the journeys because it's not going to be the same. So don't do that. Number 3, not fully understanding all of your options when it comes to adoption. So whether I mean foster, private sector, international, embryo adoption, there's so many different ways. You have some women and they really want to carry a baby. They really, that means nothing to me. You know what I mean? Like I have no desire to be pregnant. You have some women that they really yearn for that. But they have no idea that embryo adoption even exists. You understand what I mean? Like, that's just not one of the types of adoption that's really spoken about. So really understand that there's so many forms of adoption out there that you really, again, need to do your full research before you embark on this journey. So knowing all of your options is very important. Letting the fear deter you. So that would be number 4. I hear it all the time. My family and I, we really want to adopt, but it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Usually my thought is, there are costs, not for every adoption, but there are costs if you're gonna not go with the state, if you're not gonna go through the state, there are costs associated with it. It may not be as expensive as you think, you know? So again, do your research, because you don't have to go through an agency that's going to cost you $45,000 up front. So it may be a lot more affordable than you think. And there are things that you can do to raise money to adopt. I mean, let's be frank. There are ways that you can raise the money. If this is something that you really want to do, there's ways that you can raise the money. I'll make a whole video on Kenny and I doing a bunch of fundraising. So don't let the fear of how much the adoption costs deter you if this is something that you really want, if you are able-bodied and willing. Number 5, choosing the wrong professional. I made a video about that. I will link that below. This is so important. This can also go with going off of word of mouth and not doing your own research. Please don't go with an attorney or an agency based off of a friend's experience, or you went to high school with them, or just you live in the same town. They may not be the right fit for your family. I always tell people you have to interview multiple adoption professionals in order to find the right fit for you. You may not be comfortable working with them. They may not be comfortable working with you. It's not something that they're just going to come out and say, but you'll get a vibe. You'll get a feeling. Some people you speak to and you just get a good feeling like this. You know what I mean? Some people are just so transparent and you just get a really, really, really good vibe. You feel comfortable working with them. And some people, there's just something about them that's just sticking out. Just like, I don't feel good about it. Stick with your gut with everything. So picking the wrong professional to work with, sometimes you can get lost in a pool because there's so many families trying to adopt. You don't want to get lost. And the last but not least is number 6, waiting for the right time. There is no right time to adopt. Let's be honest. There is no right time. And the longer you wait, the older you get, the more things happen in life. So it's like your life keeps on happening, and the more life keeps on happening, the more this goes onto the back burner. So my advice to you with that is, if your heart is telling you to adopt now, start the process now. Do your research and figure out what type of adoption you would like to pursue, and then start your home study based off of that. Okay? Because when people message me and they say, oh, I'm going to start my home study in September. Why? But what's happening in September? If you already know what agency you're going to go with, exactly what you're doing, you're not moving, you understand, no job, there's no major life changes happening. That's 7 months away. What's happening? You know what I mean? Like, why take that long? It could take that long for your home study to finish if there are any hiccups. Like, why take that long? Start the process now, because you never know what could happen. So that's literally what I have on my handy dandy yellow pad. If you have anything else that I should add to the list, please leave it in the comments below. Again, we are going to make mistakes in our journey. That's just a part of it. This is a part of life. None of us are perfect, but we all learn from our mistakes, and we have to help each other out. So if there anything that you did in your adoption journey, or things that you're just learning along the way, please leave them in the comments so our viewers can see and it can help them out. Again, my name is Khandy. Thank you so much for watching. If you could please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and turn on your notifications. I do upload videos every week, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate you watching and helping our channel grow. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.